Hi there. Good morning and welcome to another Casual Financial Friday. You might be wondering why I'm standing here leaning on my car, and I'm going to get to that in just a minute. My name is Matt Atkins. I'm the Senior Financial Advisor with Clearbrook Investment Management and also a National Social Security Advisor certificate holder. So here's why I'm leaning on my car. I got a question for you. What's the most important part of this car? Well, what do you think? Engine? Transmission? Fuel? Spark? Wheels? Tires? Axles? Steering wheel? Steering column? Accelerator? It's really difficult to determine what's the most important part of this car, but if I get up tomorrow morning and I have a flat tire, the priority is really, really clear. You see, sometimes determining what's most important when it comes to financial planning is not near as easy as determining what your priority should be. And depending on your unique situation, your priority may be debt repayment. Your priority may be getting a house paid off. Your priority may be creating income through properties or investing in your business, or maybe it's buying a good array of stocks or mutual funds or index funds. Each unique situation develops its own unique priorities. And so when it comes down to thinking through, as I mentioned last week, long-term preparation, sometimes we can get bogged down, especially in traditional methodology of what's most important. Especially when you're young, it's most important to invest in equities or stocks. And when you get older, make sure you migrate some of that towards bonds. Well, when we have increased volatility in stock market and when we have interest rates that are moving all over the place with bond market, sometimes that's not always the best solution. I mentioned last week that maybe part of that preparation would be thinking about an indexed annuity. And somebody challenged me online and asked the question of, who would ever buy an indexed annuity? Warren Buffett certainly wouldn't buy an indexed annuity. And I was talking with a friend of mine, and Warren Buffett really doesn't need to buy auto insurance either, even though he owns an auto insurance company. The reason he doesn't need to buy auto insurance is because he could self-insure quite easily. But does that make auto insurance a bad thing? So just because Warren Buffett doesn't need an income solution in his retirement years doesn't mean that it's a bad thing, and it doesn't mean it's not what you need. And so maybe you're thinking down the road and thinking, man, I'd love to create a retirement income stream in that way. Maybe you need to look at some alternative measures like an indexed universal life policy that you get to use in retirement that has some living benefits attached to it, a chronic illness benefit or a critical illness benefit. Maybe you're concerned about long-term care. You see, your unique situation is what determines the priority and therefore what you should focus on. I'd love to talk to you more about that. If you'd like a copy of a white paper that I have by famed Yale professor Roger Ibbotson, I'd be happy to send it to you. He talks in there about the value of index annuities versus a bond portfolio, and the fact that the downside protection of an index annuity can actually create better returns in the long run than traditional bonds. If you'd like a copy, send me an email or give me a call. I'll put our web address down below. You can certainly look us up, and our contact information is on there. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions or would like help in your financial planning, or maybe just determining what your priority is, reach out, and I'd be more than happy to talk with you on the phone or video conference or even meet with you face-to-face. I hope you have a great weekend. Look forward to talking to you next week.